What does the founder of a $30 billion company know about AI that you don't? Well, frankly, a lot, but I'm going to give you the prompts inspired by him anyway. Welcome to Bemodo's AI Power 20. I'm Bemodo's CEO, Jeffery Boyle, and this week we're going to talk about Dharmesh Shah. I had to make sure I said his name properly. He is the co-founder of HubSpot, and he's a significant investor in AI. Not just the platforms, but he's also completely integrated into investing into them. And he talks so much about why he succeeds every day, why he can succeed in ways that other people can't. He's very busy. He's got significant companies that he's in charge of. But at the same point, he has a pattern that helps him duplicate himself in a way that others don't. So before we get into his prompts, make sure that you subscribe and like so you can get these powerful prompts every week that I share with you for free. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the LinkedIn article that I wrote, and I'm going to show you where to find these prompts. And if you look down in the description below, you'll see that this LinkedIn article is there. So make sure you go through it, because here on this article, I've got the inspiration that he created of what he does almost daily with ChatGPT. Now, Bemodo's platform uses ChatGPT, Grok, and Claude, and I'm going to show you how I use them because, frankly, I love Claude. I like how Claude outputs the different things that I do. I like the way that it helps me write articles, but you have the choice with all of these to be able to make them work. And if you look in this article, and it's inspired by him, you can see that he uses ChatGPT almost every single day. Now, when I train my avatar using ChatGPT, and after it outputs some basic content, I switch over to Claude, and then Claude writes way better content, in my opinion. Well, you can try what you want, because on Bemodo, you can try all three of them: Grok, Claude, and ChatGPT. But here's what he talks about in here, that so many people are using ChatGPT and these other platforms as if they're a fancy Google. Well, they're so much more powerful than that. And what makes them powerful is that when you train agents, on Bemodo, we call them avatars. And if you train an avatar properly, it will help you every single day to output content in a tone and style that truly matches your tone and style for your brand. And if you use the advanced metrics that we train on this and the predictive analytics, you're going to be writing content that predicts the needs, pains, and problems of your target market. So inside of this article, I go through and I give you 25 prompts that are based upon an interview that he did with Sam Parr on My First Million. Great hour-long video. I'm going to help you get the most important things from that just by going through, and I created a bunch of prompts in here that if you use your avatar and machine learning that I explain on so many different videos, and I'll put a link to the machine learning video inside of the description below. If you do this properly, you will see that it opens up the most mundane tasks that you have on here. So what he talks about is creating a really 90-day implementation roadmap. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is, when you go through this article, that you pick the avatar that is going to be most realistic of what you're doing each day and how to simplify them. I picked some of the most powerful ones that I use and that I can help implement other clients of mine to use. Now, look, you may not be a big customer or a big business owner. Well, you can make a lot of money using this process that I have right here by helping other business owners that are doing millions of dollars. I hate to break it to you, but look, there is huge opportunity being missed right now by agencies and small business owners who understand AI, how to take advantage of some of these really powerful machine learning processes. So for example, right here, a strategic planning avatar. I put in here how you train it and with what information, and then give you the prompt for it. So let's go over to what I think are some of the prompts that I think will be really helpful for you. And I'll log into Bemodo and help you do it. So I'm just going to go into the end right here. I got to log in, I suppose. You can see I've been testing this beforehand, and it really turns out well. So I'm just going to go into the plus right here, and I'm just going to call this the avatar. We'll call it the 30 billion avatar and prompts right there. And we'll call it 3 because I've done this 3 different times. I'm going to switch right here to Claude. And I do like Claude after I've trained an avatar. I use ChatGPT because it knows everything about me. And we're starting to implement our avatars into Claude as well. But I'll show you a really cool process that you can go through. So I'm going to take some of the prompts and I put them just right here. And this is one of them that's in there. It's the strategic planning avatar. So I'm just going to grab all of this information. I made some fake, I got some fake client data that I put underneath it. And this is the prompt that's right here inside of this article right here, the strategic planning avatar, that you'll train it with business plans, financial data, market research, and then you can just put it right inside of here. Or you can do what I'm doing with the first one with some data and use Claude to help you analyze it. So you can see that I've chosen Claude right there, and I'm just going to paste this information in there. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of extra information right here and say, I am creating a strategic planning avatar. And then I'll just right there, this is the prompt right there. And based on the uploaded data, and I'm just going to put the data based upon the data below. So I'm just making slight changes. If you haven't trained an avatar, data below and market conditions, create a 90-day strategic roadmap of my top 3 revenue challenges. So once again, if you are doing this for a client, this is something that you can help them create amazing amounts of just really helpful planning. And I'm going to show you how powerful this is with some of these prompts. Go through this article, pick out the ones that are most strategic for you and for your clients. So I'm just making slight adaptations to it. And right here, specific challenges. And I'm just going to put, see the challenges below because I've added them and I haven't trained the avatar yet. And I'll show you how simple that is. Include specific actions, requirements, consider my budget restraints. And I'll just, once again, I'll just put see below. Okay. And also, and the team size. And I'm just going to put right there, see below. So now I'm just going to hit this. I'm going to hit send. And this is going to go into Claude, and it's going to build out a 90-day strategic roadmap for this company. I called the strategic, I don't even remember what I called it, the Strategic Solutions Agency. And it's going to go through and it's going to take all of these challenges that, that I was able to come up with fake data, but just a basic interview with some of your clients. And you're going to see some of the challenges that they may have. And these are the kind of things that I've charged $90,000 to $100,000 one time for. And I even have right now, it's a client that we're working on that a projected $1.5 million contract. Okay. And it all starts giving them really helpful information like this. And one of the things that you may even want to do is to really start a business like this if you want to become basically more powerful than any MBA program that's out there, is that you go in and you give them that you can create an entire amount of, just pick your favorite thing that you want to do on here, do some research about them. It doesn't matter if it's strategic planning avatar, competitive analysis avatar, but you come in here and you can create this very, very thorough overview of how you're going to help them improve their service delays, if that's their problem, inconsistent lead quality on how you're going to help them. And it gives you action items and different tools that you'd be able to help them use to be able to go through and just kill each one of these different challenges. So one of the things that are really helpful, and I'll show you how you can train the avatar on here, you say, great, now create a complete company overview for me to train an avatar. So that's all you've got to do after something like this. And other clients may not have a really complete company overview. And so with that, I have different trainings that are on here that'll really help you to be able to create a training overview. It's called the 7-day power launch. and it's just within the templates on here. But this is giving me, because I've uploaded some content into it, and it's now drawing off of that content, giving me a complete company overview. So once it's done this, then I'm able to, yeah, it's giving me a very thorough one, which is really cool. And it talks about challenges that I've had just based upon that basic data that I put in there. This is cool. And the strategic profiles, the SWOT analysis, the different things that I can be able to do. And at any time, if your clients don't have these, we have prompts within Bemodo that can help you do them. So if you like this strategic planning avatar on here, all you would do right here is you'd hit share message, and you would create an avatar if you haven't already created one. So I'll just right here select one of my previous avatars if I don't have it, or I would just make a new one, and I'd double click on there, and I'd call it, I can't remember now what I called this, the strategic agency, right? So I'll click that right there, create it, and I'm just going to call it company overview. And all I have to do is send that over, and now it's already starting to learn about this new company. And so with this one right here, this first one that I did, which is basically the roadmap, this is really cool as well. I can send this over as a roadmap that it will then refer to it and output each section of it into a massive output for me. So if I wanted to do that as well, I would just, once again, you can see that it's already in the strategic agency, and I'm just going to call this the 90-day roadmap. So it's really easy to train an avatar with a bunch of vital information on there. I'm going to show you a couple more cool things that I picked up from the article. Whoops, I'm going to go on here, make sure I cut that out, but I went fast. But let's go to this next one right here. And I'm just going to create a lead generation avatar right here. And I created some fake information about some clients and my typical client on there. So I just copy that, come back over into there, and I say, great. Now, boom, all I do is paste all of that in there. It's still got that prompt for that lead generation avatar. Now it's going to give me a thorough plan to create an entire lead generation system for this creative solution agency. So these prompts are in this article, and it gives me ideas on lead magnet strategy based upon my type of client, based upon my needs, based upon all of what I need. And once again, while this is coming out, this is all right inside of here. You can create a financial scenario modeling avatar. And once you send that over on there, even this sales conversion avatar, you can put sales scripts in there. You can put all kinds of different things. And I'll show you while this is coming out. If you come into my templates, just go into the type. Let me type in 7 right here. The 7-day AI power launch. You can train a really cool avatar with this information right here. These by doing this, you're going to see that it's going to help you output a really, really cool overview of your company. And I do this for my customers, and it's going to make you look so intelligent to be able to be this $30 billion executive. Really, guys, use these. I've spent a bunch of time making all of these different avatars in here, and I think you'll see that this can be game changer for what you're trying to do. So let's come in here. It's done with that one. It's giving me what I should be doing. Let's see for the it's a nice content output, but these are good prompts that I've put a bunch of time into. But with this one, you can see that, man, it's great output here. So a lead generation system for this creative solutions agency. You'd be surprised at how many marketing agencies don't have what you can help them create with this article that I've created. And if you then take that information, this lead generation system, the target prospect profile analysis, it gives information. It analyzed these clients that I put in there, and it's giving me suggestions on their behaviors. It gives me some lead magnet ideas for this agency, this fake agency. It's giving me email nurture sequences for them. These are powerful prompts. I really hope that you use them. And when you really start to understand the power of an avatar, like this. It's giving me all the weeks and the content calendar to be able to back them up. I mean, this is good stuff, the implementation timeline. And if I like it, once again, I just send it over to my avatar right here, the strategic agency. And I'll just call this one the, oh goodness, what was I doing on that one? You can see the lead generation avatar. So I'll just call this the lead generation lead gen system. And what's nice about this is this avatar now knows what I want, what I need, how to scale, ideas of what I want, the demographics of my customer. And I'm going to do one more in here. And this, once again, is inside of the article, the prompt. And then, of course, you want to put your client's information or your own information on there. But this one now is just taking some information from this fake customer here, and I'll just say great now, and then I'll just paste that new prompt in there with some fake data, and of course you'd want to put your real data in there, but this is going to give you a process optimization analysis for this agency, and it's going to tell you how to do your improvements, give you ideas on how to improve them. These are great prompts, and I really loved this interview with him. I took copious notes and afterwards turned his processes, this $30 billion company processes that this founder of that company uses, his co-founder, in his daily activity. And there's something that when I wrote this article, and I'll just show you at the very beginning of it, I can't emphasize this enough. While you're debating whether AI is something you're going to use to improve your business, Dharmesh Shah, co-founder of HubSpot's 30 billion empire, is having 20 conversations a day with his AI assistants. Stop complaining that you don't have money. Stop complaining that you don't have the resources. Stop doing it, not tomorrow, not when you get around to it, but do it today. These are 25 different prompts prompted or really inspired by this gentleman who has invested heavily into AI for not just for his portfolio, but also his everyday activities. These prompts can be game changers for you. And this process is so much easier when you use an avatar on Bemodo. I'm going to include a free 7-day trial in this article, or sorry, at the description of this video. And I'm just going to do something really quick for you. And I'm going to show you, this is my personal avatar that I use all the time that writes for me. And there's not much that it doesn't know about me. And at any time I can ask it questions about me. It knows the types of books that I read. It knows my client. It knows everything about how I help people write their output for grants. And so really what I'm trying to do with each of these, some of my different businesses, this is a business where we help people get into China. And so if I come into something like this, you can see that it knows all about my customer and what my customer needs. The strategic engagement, I've been able to upload my partner's information into this one as we go into some of these different areas. But just know that what's really great about all of this is that once an avatar knows you, it's very, very powerful for it to be able to output content. So I'm just going to open up this last one. We're going to call it the avatar test right there. Hit save. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab this fake company right here, the strategic agency. And now I'm going to grab one of these prompts now that I've done just basic training. And I'm just going to say this, develop a sales conversion system right here. And I've grabbed the strategic agency right there. And right there, these include optimization techniques for my avatar and target market. So you're going to see that now that I've trained this, I've spent just a couple minutes doing it. But when I write articles that I like, when I do the different things that helps me, get to know my client better. Now, after just basic amounts of content that I've been able to upload into the strategic agency avatar, it now understands my clients, understands my target market, understands their needs. And if I need to do something like this, which is to write an article for them, I'll just go into here and I'll go into LinkedIn. I'm a big believer in LinkedIn. I go to my LinkedIn, LinkedIn marketing right here, and I'm just going to write an article, have it write an article for me. Just say, see my avatar. I'm just going to put that all the way across, and reference files. This is a prompt or a template I use almost every time. See my avatar and reference files and give me ideas. It just really just give me suggestions. Once it knows your avatar and once it has an idea of what your target market needs, now it's very simple for me to be able to do research. It's very simple for me to be able to supply the demands and the needs for my clients. So you can see that this one, it's giving me 20 different article ideas that will appeal to the target market of this fake company. And it makes it so if I want to write an article now, I just go into right here. Let's do a post writer because they're shorter. And I'll just grab one of these, put it on there, summary, put it on there. Let's have it be 2500, article tone and style. And I'm going to say mimic the tone and style of Seth Godin. Now I would already normally have trained the avatar with the tone and style, and we'll just call it Jeffery Boyle, CEO, company overview. We're going to just put, see my avatar and reference files, and right there, you'll already have some of that information in there. Target market, same thing. Once you've trained your avatar, you don't need to do that. Keyword or phrase, we'll just pick this one, networking tips. And this will create, this will make it so it's more likely to be picked up by Google. Example of success story, and I'll just put on there, we have helped over 1,000 clients launch and succeed. That's actually from my real business. I do like it to use some basic emojis in when it writes these articles. And now that I've trained an avatar, there's almost nothing that I can't do, especially with these cool cool prompts that I've put in there. You train an avatar and it makes it so much easier to output content fast. And not just content, but to really be able to come into here and create over 25 different game-changing avatars that will help you, not just with your own business, but if you're an agency, to be able to not just create content for people, but to be able to create strategic planning mechanisms the same way that a co-founder of a $30 billion company has done. Hopefully this helps. Join me each week as I go through. Make sure you like and subscribe. Ask questions on here. Let me know some of the problems you're having, and I may write an article with a bunch of prompts that you can use in your business every day. See you next week.